go there, that's where you go. Some of you are already there. Some of you are on your way there. And hopefully we can prevent that and wind the clock back for some of you. And those that would go there, hopefully we can help to get a plan in place. Because guess what? Not having a plan is a plan. It's a plan to fail is what it is. Now, you can't minister. How can you minister in a way that is to your full potential if you don't feel well? How can you go out and do great exploits in the Lord's name if you don't have your health? If you don't have boundless energy? So, I don't think I have to ask that question, do I? Every one of you has been in a position where you have had to do your job in a time when you didn't feel well. And with the Lord's help, you get through it, but you certainly aren't at your best. Yes or no? All right. How many of you would rather die living in vibrant health with abundant energy every single day, never ever needing medication in your whole life? Ever. Raise your hand and say yes. How many of you want to accomplish, listen to this, how many of you want to accomplish literally everything that God has ordained for you to accomplish? And how many of you don't want to die even 1 hour before your God-appointed time? Say yes. All right. Well, if you do what I recommend today, your life is going to be dramatically impacted for the positive, and you're going to be able to walk that out and live that. Now, I don't know how you're going to die. You're going to die at some point. Actually, you're not going to die. Your physical body is going to die at some point. But when you die, I want you to make it a goal to die healthy. Now, there's a bizarre concept. I had never heard that one, did you? I have a lot of Amish patients, lots of them. And this is the way it's supposed to be. The guy comes in, he's in his 60s. His mother was, I think she was 86 or 88. And he's laying on my chiropractic adjusting table, and he had told me just a moment before that his mother had passed away the week before. And I said, you know what? I don't even remember his name. Samuel, I'm sorry to hear that your mother passed. And he didn't really have any remorse at all. And he leaned up and he kind of looked up at me from the table, and I said, what did she die from? Because I'm always curious as to why people die. This is a 90-year-old person, right? So she must have been doing a couple of things right. And I looked at him and I said, well, what did she die from? And he said, she was old. She died on a Tuesday. Then they go to church. I mean, they go and they sit on a hard wooden bench for 2 hours. And I mean, she's 90 years old. 2 days before she died, she sat on a hard wooden bench for 2 hours and participated in their church service. And she died in her sleep 2 days later. Amen. Right? All right. That's how I want to go. In my sleep. Well, I don't care if I die of a heart attack, as long as, if that's God's plan for me, at my God-appointed time. I don't care what it is, just so it's fast. How about you? All right. All right. Listen, healthy people don't need drugs. And you want to know why I'm so strong on the drugs? Because so many people are taking them. And drugs don't fix your problems. They're Band-Aid. They mask symptoms. They mask the problem. And if you get to the root of it, they don't fix the problem. So if you have a plan, you don't have a problem to fix. And if you have a problem, there's a whole lot of great options for you, incredible options that many of you don't even know you have. So, taking medication sometimes is just a whole lot easier than buckling down and losing the weight that you need to lose. Sometimes it's a whole lot easier than having the self-discipline to make the right choices, because really this is all about making choices and having a commitment to your own health and your well-being. Let me give you just a little bit more motivation before we move into the proactive things that I want to teach you today. A little more motivation to get off some of those medications. And listen, I've got to say this. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a chiropractor. I'm a natural health care expert. And I don't have any background in pharmacology. But I do know a lot about it and what it'll do bad to you. And there is a time and a place for it, okay? There is a time and a place for it, but not 9 times out of 10. And for the short term, not for the long term. And there are rare exceptions to that. But let me give you, here's a list of some of the here's a list of the side effects of a commonly prescribed cholesterol medication that maybe up to 30% of the people in this room are taking. Constipation, listen to this. Diarrhea, this is right off the back page of an advertisement out of Good Housekeeping magazine. Pancreatitis, hepatitis, jaundice, severe liver damage and failure, cirrhosis, liver cancer, insomnia, memory loss, damage to nerves, anxiety, depression, tremors, psychic disturbances, loss of sexual desire, breast enlargement, and impotence. Yay! Who wants to sign up for that? That is out of a paragraph on the back of that ad that's about that big. That's not even all of them. Those are just some of my choice ones. I threw in the last couple there for the gentlemen in the audience to give them a little extra motivation. Who wants to sign up for that? The truth of it is some of you already have. Unknowingly, some of you knowingly, because it's easier to take a medication to bring your cholesterol down than it is to do the things that you need to do naturally. And there's just so many great ways to do it naturally. Wow. Cholesterol, by the way, is one of the biggest hoaxes of our times. It's one of the biggest money-making machines of all times. In our wellness workshop CDs, I wrote the book and I did a companion CD set. We do wellness workshops, 30-minute workshops, and we have a collection of them available for you out at the book table. But one of the sessions that I did in there is how to lower your cholesterol naturally.